Hey guys, thank you so much for coming back to my channel to check out this video. I am kind of excited to talk about this topic. I can go on and on and on this topic, but I'm just going to break it down to 5 different tips that you can take when trying to start your healthy fitness journey, because I feel like that we all need some type of tips, some type of guidance. We need to know where to start. So without further ado, we're going to start with tip number 1. And I'm going to be looking down at my phone for my notes just in case you see me looking down. So tip number 1 is you need to put a plan together. So you need to first figure out, what are your goals? What do you want to accomplish? Do you want to accomplish eating more healthy, so incorporating more fruits and veggies, more legumes? Do you want to cut back on red meat? Do you want to stop eating meat? Do you want to lose body fat? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to gain more muscles? Do you want to be mentally more healthier? What are your goals? Yes, all of this is pertaining to health and fitness. So you need to figure out, what are your goals? So when you figure it, when you're thinking about this, I suggest writing it down, because I know me. I know that I can be a little bit forgetful. So I like to put notes in my phone when I want to refer back to something. And so I know writing stuff down, you can either use pen and paper and go old school, or go more the modern style and put it in your notes in your phone as far as your goals. And you need to figure out and be more realistic as to where you are now, and think about how you're going to achieve the goals that you set for yourself. So you need to put a plan together. That's with anything in life. You know, sometimes you can jump straight into stuff, but sometimes you need to actually sit down and think about it and put it together to figure out how you're going to reach those goals. So which means that leads us to tip number 2. So you want to make swaps. And what I mean about making swaps, I'm referring to, for example, if you are trying to eat better. So if you're the type of person that drinks a lot of juices and pop, and you're not consuming enough water, and we know if you're not consuming enough water, because you can tell by your urine, the color of your urine. So if you are trying to cut back on sugary drinks, make swaps. You know, try to drink 2 more glasses of water that you typically won't drink throughout the day. Try to cut back on the amount of pop or the amount of juices that you consume. And also making swaps as far as eating out. So say if you literally eat out every day for lunch, or you eat out every single weekend. For lunch, try to cook and prepare your lunch the night before to bring to work, instead of going out to eat for lunch. Or at least, for the most part, 4 weekends in a month. So try to, out of those 4 weekends, 2 weekends, try to cook dinner at home. And so kind of scale back on the amount of fast food that you are consuming, and also kind of scale back on just eating out at restaurants. So just because you may not be eating at, you know, these fast food joints like Wendy's and Burger King and McDonald's, and you say, oh, well, I'll just go to the restaurant. We don't know what they putting back there in our foods. We don't know how much salt they're seasoning our foods with, and how much oil and butter and fat they're putting in there. So when you're cooking at home, you tend to have more of control as far as what you're putting into your body. So I suggest making swaps, and those swaps can start off very minimum, very little, because in the beginning it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really, really tough. So if you start off making the smallest changes, that would definitely have a bigger impact. That would boost up your motivation, and you can see that you are capable of doing anything once you make those little steps. I'm telling you, those little steps and making those swaps is very beneficial, and you would definitely see some type of result. So for tip number 3, this is very important, and I can talk about this on and on and on, but you need to think of it as a lifestyle and not a diet. There's a difference between living a lifestyle versus, oh, I'm on this fad diet for 30 days. Because honestly, diets do not work. Hear me out. Diets do not work. And the reason why diets do not work is because it's only temporarily. Okay, so we have this keto diet. Now, I'm not bashing any diets that anybody does. These keto diets, these 30-day challenges. I don't even know a lot of diets because honestly, I've never done a diet. And the reason why I've never done a diet is because it is only temporary and it doesn't keep my interest. So I have chose to, the changes that I have made in my life, with my fitness journey, I have chose to look at it as a lifestyle. And when I choose to look at it as a lifestyle, it makes it more of a long-term goal. It makes it more obtainable. It encouraged me to dig deep and go hard. And when I look at it as a lifestyle, I'm looking at it as the long run and how the changes that I'm making today, how it will benefit me in the long run when I'm 40, 50 years old, you know, and I'm still looking good and I'm still healthy and I'm still able to run miles, and that's what I'm trying to reach. So in order for me to reach that goal, I have to sit here and change, and I have to change the habits that I'm doing now and make it a lifestyle change. So I think that's very important. You have to look at it as it being a lifestyle, and this is the way that you are currently living life, instead of, oh, I'm just on this diet because I need to lose 10 pounds before I go on this trip, before I put on this dress, before I go to this wedding. Because at the end of the day, when you're done with that diet, 9 times out of 10, you're gaining that weight back. So look at it as a lifestyle instead of a diet, and trust me, you will be able to see some changes. So with that being said, here's tip number 4. So tip number 4, you need to take baby steps, and that is really important. Some people are able to just jump right into something and they are very successful, whereas other people need to kind of take it slow. Okay, and I'm going to give you an example. So I practice intermittent fasting. If some of you may not know, that means that you fast for a certain amount of hours throughout the day, and then you only give yourself a window period of the times of when you eat. So for the most part, I fast for about like 18 hours throughout the day, and I give myself the rest of the hours throughout the day to consume food. It kind of took me a couple of tries to get into that habit because I was so used to eating breakfast. I was the type of person that I was like, I have to have breakfast. I have to have something, whether that was oatmeal, grits, pancakes, eggs. I loved me some eggs. And that all stems from too, when I was growing up, my mama always made sure that me and my brother had a hot breakfast before school, and I kind of carried that on as an adult. So it was very hard for me in the beginning to just do cold turkey and jump into intermittent fasting, whereas some people are able to just be like, boom, bam, I jumped right in it. I ain't got to take things slow. So it's important to know your abilities, know your limitations, know your body, what you're capable of doing in the beginning. So you don't want to go full force, throttle, and jump into something and kind of set yourself up for failure. And it's okay to take baby steps. Trust me, it is okay to take baby steps, because when you're taking those baby steps, it is helping you to progress to a better situation where you can really go hard when it's time for you to reach that point. And when you're taking baby steps, you can also do like you know, push yourself small. So do like a 30-minute walk around the neighborhood. You can, if you have a dog, walk the dog around the block. Just get yourself moving, you know, get that blood flowing, because it will help you. And then when you notice that it's starting to become easier and easier, then push yourself a little bit more. And do like some squats or some jumping jacks in between commercials. If you watch a lot of TV, and we all have our TV shows that we binge on, so throughout the commercial break, then, you know, do a little form of like some type of movement to get your blood going and stuff like that. Trust me, the little baby steps that you take is going to help you advance to a more not stable, but to a more tougher exercise. So just take baby steps. And do not rush into a full workout routine, because I feel like if you rushing into a full workout routine and you pushing hard, you're gonna get discouraged, because you're gonna wake up the next day and you're gonna be sore and you're gonna be like, I can't do this, this is hard, and then you're gonna quit. So don't push yourself into a full hard workout routine. Take it slow and take baby steps. So for the last tip, this is important too, is seek help. You know, when I started my fitness journey, I didn't have a lot of people that I surrounded myself with that was about the same thing. I'm a little bit more determined, so I was able to do it on my own. But I encourage someone who is starting on their healthy fitness journey is to seek help. So, and what I mean by that is surround yourself with like-minded individuals that will help you get to your goals. Now, they can help you physically, they can help you mentally, they can help you spiritually. They can even sit here and, you know, create goals for themselves, and you guys can do it as a team. That way you won't feel alone, you won't feel by yourself, and you have somebody to relate to when you run into those hard and tough times where you want to give up. And also reach out to I would encourage you to find and reach out to a health and fitness coach. So I'm just gonna put myself out there and throw myself out there to the wolves, but I am a health and fitness coach, and I am promoting myself as a health and fitness coach. And my job is to motivate people to reach their goals. My job is not to come up with goals for you. My job is not to tell you what to do, but my job is to motivate you and guide you to a better, healthy lifestyle with the fitness goals that you are trying to reach. So I love to help people reach whatever goals that they are trying to obtain. So when you're talking to a health and fitness coach, we identify together as a team, because you're not in this alone. So we identify the areas that you are struggling with together and how you can reach those goals that you are trying to achieve. I give tips, I give suggestions. It's not so me telling you what to do, because what I have learned, when you tell somebody to do something, they're not going to do it, especially if they don't want to do that. So I help you identify areas in your life that you may be struggling with, that are obstacles that are preventing you from reaching those goals. So a health and fitness or health and wellness coach is a perfect person, such as me, to help you reach those goals so you won't feel alone. I'm kind of like that mentor in your journey. And you can have a health coach like me, you can have friends. You just kind of have to surround yourself with like-minded people that's going to encourage you. You don't want to surround yourself with people who are going to continue to be negative Nancy's and tell you that you cannot reach these goals, or that's going to you know, not uplift you. So it's very important to surround yourself with positive people, and don't be afraid of asking for help. Don't be afraid for asking for help, because it's a learning process. A journey is called a journey for a reason, and it's a learning process. And if you can't learn on your own, there's nothing wrong with seeking for help and asking for assistance and guidance. So that's pretty much the end of the video. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to drop any comments below. Or you can find me on Facebook, which is Sarita's Health and Fitness. You can find me on Instagram, Sarita_7. I will link to all my social media accounts down below. And I hope that this video comes in good favor to you. I hope that you will be able to take something from this video if you are ready to start your fitness journey. So yeah, I look forward to talking to you guys later in my next video. Thank you so much for stopping by, and God bless.